All right, looks like we're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Awesemo.com Live Before Lock Show, where we have every team in the Major League Baseball. Guess nobody ever says the Major League Baseball, but we have every team in Major League Baseball playing today, right at your disposal, at your fingertips. And today we are going to take you through that wondrous world and show you which teams you should be playing, which pitchers you should be playing. I'm Chris Spags, joined by the Chubster, the overworked Chubster, whose little chubby face is appearing on all these shows today. Josh Engelman, how are you doing, Josh?
I'm good. I'm ready to be done for today. I've talked a lot, and I don't like the sound of my voice to begin with, so I feel bad for the rest of you clowns that watch everything that I do.
For the people that like the sound of Ray Romano filling your ears, you're there for them several hours a day.
Oh, that makes me so sad.
The dulcet tones of Ray Romano coming through every few hours on the Awesemo.com YouTube channel.
I only want Ray Romano's voice if I could have Ray Romano's bank account.
Nope, sorry, just the voice. Wasn't negotiable.
Probably not that appealing then.
No, probably not. We are going to do our home run picks at 6:30 Eastern today. The reigning champion is still the Baseball Savant, the owner of BaseballSavant.MLB.com, despite his denials and various chats across the Awesemo network. Jake Hari will be on later, but he's in first place, but he did not have a home run yesterday. The only person to have a home run amongst our ragtag group was me with Gleyber Torres. So I just want to soak that in as Josh gets buried slightly deeper.
Yeah, that's great.
This would be
great. You ready for a quick plug?
Yeah, do it.
Hey, Awesemo.com members, congratulations. If you check the main page right now, we have activated a Slack chat for premium members. So follow the link to this article with instructions on how to join up with Slack chat. But we're all in there talking shop in different channels for every sport. So come and join. I know you guys have been waiting for it, so come on in.
There you go. It is a very lively chat. I assume it's the same one as the former fan visors have.
It is. It is. We're merging people. It's like what's that fucking goddamn The Outsiders.
The Outsiders is where you're going with that, huh? For merging people?
Well, it's two people colliding. I assume that everybody's going to yell at each other to start, but I hope everybody's just nice.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of content going on there, a lot of back and forth, a lot of Discord, but there are some interesting viewpoints in there. Some people who've been playing a lot of interesting theories. So go pop in there. Josh is in there popping in and out. I find it very daunting and hard to get in there, and also I get tagged randomly, and I don't know if anybody's actually talking to me or just tagging the channel. It's all very confusing, but there is a lot going on there, and it is worthwhile. An extension of our little live chat here during the streams. So go check that out on the Awesemo.com homepage. Join our Slack channel. Ed Monk stealing 1-800-EDDIE's nickname for some reason. That's a strange move, Ed, but still proud of you for your win yesterday.
Yeah.
There's
only
one
1-900-EDDIE if you want, I guess.
You could be 976 Eddie.
I was gonna say 10-10-3-2-1 Eddie.
It's a lot of different Eddies you could be, but 1-800 is taken, my friend.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the slate. Let's talk about obviously you haven't talked about baseball enough. What are you doing stack-wise today?
Yeah, stacks today. Top 3 for me are the same as they were this morning. Twins, Rangers, and Nats. Now, I'll be under the field on the Rangers because they have been gassed up pretty highly. So, yeah, Twins, Rangers, Nats. Nats pretty significantly over the field. And then I've got a smattering of teams where I'm, significantly higher on. Cardinals, Red Sox, Astros. On FanDuel, it's Orioles, Yankees, Rockies. On DK, over the field on Brewers and Blue Jays. So bouncing around a little bit there, but still need to have some Twins and Rangers in my lineup. That's just too appealing of a game.
Yeah, I get why you'd want to go there. I think that's certainly a logical place to go with the Minnesota and Texas game. I tried to get a little more St. Louis in there. Obviously it hurts me to go against Homer Bailey, but I think that's sort of that is the spot that makes sense to me to go against tonight on this slate. Trying to think where else I went to the most. I was pretty much in line with most of your stacks. Probably a little less Texas and Minnesota. I like Houston a lot. I think Houston, again, they kind of burned me last night, but I think tonight's a good night for them to rebound. Seattle, I don't have as much of as I did yesterday. I think that I'm a little afraid of Mike Fiers, I guess. is that a sentence I should say out loud?
5 months ago, I would have said no. Now I'm not so sure.
He looks like a totally different pitcher. And I mean, I don't know. His price still isn't great, so I don't think he's a fantastic value by any stretch. But if he works with, the rest of your roster construction, I think there's room for Mike Fiers. But his swing and strike rate's up. His whip is down pretty substantially. His xFIP's been down. His strikeouts are up. He does look like a different man. And even though Seattle has been a good stack lately, more often than not, I think. I'm avoiding Seattle tonight. What are you doing at pitcher besides Mike Fiers? Besides 100% Mike Fiers?
Yeah, so I've got 3 guys hitting my ownership cap on DK: Luis Severino, Corey Kluber, and Antonio Senzatella. And I'll be under the field on Kluber. I'll be just with the field, apparently, on Severino. And it looks like I'll be quite a bit over the field on Senzatella. Now, besides that, I've got a decent amount of Suarez. I love Hyun-Jin Ryu more than apparently everyone. I've got 17%. We're only projecting 4. And I'm hitching a little bit of my wagon to Framber Valdez. I've got double the field.
Oh, all right.
And I'm really heavy on him on FanDuel, actually.
I was waiting for that one because you said, okay, so you said a couple guys who Senzatella, I think I'm with the field on, but I don't feel great about. I don't think he's that good. I think a lot of people are following German Marquez's big game yesterday and thinking that's going to go somewhere. I don't think Senzatella is as good of a pitcher. I don't think he gets the strikeouts. I think he might have an okay day, and I think, he fits that criteria of a mediocre pitcher who's underpriced a little, and I'm okay with it from that perspective. But anybody kind of chasing that, and it seems like the ownership to me is chasing that a little more, that they think he's going to be Marquez, and I don't see that.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that he's not owned more, just judging on the salaries and how much people have Corey Kluber. But sure, they don't. So it's allowing me to get a little bit different and have a little bit more to spend on hitting.
And with Framber, hasn't had a lot of starts, but he has. I think actually he only went long relief in one of them and started in the other. His stuff has looked good. I mean, he's not missing bats at a rate you would like to see for an elite pitcher, but at his price, I think it makes sense. The Angels lineup has been kind of off. Besides, Trout and Ohtani is also in a lefty-lefty matchup for this. All season long, they've been pretty bad getting on base versus lefties, even though they don't strike out a lot. So I think the matchup for Valdez makes a lot of sense against the Angels.
Yeah, look, he's profiled to have really big stuff in the minors, so I'm gonna hope that he could do that at a price that I think is relatively reasonable. 6,900, nothing crazy there. 6,200 on FanDuel. He's got a decent chance to pick up some Ks. I'll take my chances there.
Also, just to clarify for Ed Monk, I don't think that Josh called you 1-800-EDDIE. I think he was referring to 1-800-EDDIE, who was actually in the chat that day. So I'm sorry. I think this guy.
Yeah, that would have been. It would be really weird, considering I know that Eddie's DK, or was like his handle is 1-800-EDDIE, and he's a colleague.
Sorry, other Ed. You're a great Ed too. There's many great Eds. 1-800-EDDIE. 1-800-EDDIE is our CTO, Brandon Parker. He is our tech guy and one of the co-founders of the company. Is there weather to be worried about? Any games at all that you're currently dreading weather-wise?
I haven't looked, so I assume the answer is no. Nothing caught my eye this morning. Just the Milwaukee Washington game, and I'm not gonna worry about it.
Yeah, there's a couple of yellow games on most of the sites that we all check for weather, but I don't think any of them are that worthwhile or that worth avoiding. So not an issue for me either.
Yeah.
Should we attack Pivetta? Should we attack Pivetta with a full Cub stack? Pivetta currently projected to be a little over 20% owned in our ownership projections, which are available for you on Awesemo.com if you are a premium member. Pivetta, not a great team total for him, or against him rather. I don't really get the ownership on him, to be honest, besides, the pure value perspective.
Yeah, I'm under the field on Pivetta. I have more than I did this morning, but I didn't really see the heavy appeal on him. I don't have any Cubs. I think you could justify it. It's not the worst idea in the world. I don't ever mind betting on talent, in that scenario, and you're certainly doing that, whether it's Murphy or Baez, Rizzo, Zobrist, Contreras. Like, you can get there. I'm not going to be doing it, but I think you can justify it.
I'm not stacking against Pivetta either, but his numbers recently did jump out. His last few starts, his swinging strike rates dropped to a little under 7%. His chase rates dropped to a little under 23%. So if you are trying to get a pitcher who maybe is on a downswing, then that is a reason to go there. But I think the total kind of indicates he's going to get back a little closer to normal, even if he's not going to have a stellar day. I don't see the 20% ownership for him, but I also don't really see stacking against him too much.
Yeah, that's sort of where I'm at. Like, the Cubs don't have any ownership, really. I think Pivetta is going to have a hard time justifying the price point. It's not so much that I think Pivetta is bad. I just don't like him where he's slotted. So I wouldn't gain a lot from going to the Cubs because I think Pivetta is actually good.
Let's see. All in on Chacin, Kevin Zoes. What are you doing with Chacin going against the Nationals?
I assume I have none.
Yeah, I don't have any Chacin.
I don't even know where his name is. Yeah, I have none. I'm comfortable saying that he's either the worst or second worst pitcher on the slate. You can go with Jordan Zimmerman or Jaime Barria, but he's probably the worst considering he's 8,100.
Oh, if you're going like price-wise too, plus the overall skill level?
Yeah, like he's got a terrible upside, he's got a terrible value, and he just happens to be significantly more expensive than those other shitty guys that I just named.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm with you there. I think, talent-wise, I don't think he's one of the worst pitchers on the slate overall, but I agree with the combination of price plus talent plus matchup.
Yeah.
It's not a great play to go to for me.
No.
And Kevin Zoe's a smart one, though, so who knows? I don't want to belittle your opinions, Kevin Zoe, because I respect you, Booker, man. I respect you.
Thanks, Brian Pillman.
Who do you think is the oh my God, Sean B. With that, see the recency bias is coming out strong. Chacin went for like 30 against these Nats. Obviously, that means he'll do it again. He's gonna murder them.
He probably
every
will.
Time
Sean V. Whatever Sean V. says happens. It's usually when pitchers get seen again, it does kind of get worse with hitters. Sean V's in my head, man. Anytime he says something, I get nervous.
The thing is, he makes a lot of picks throughout the stream, but you only remember the ones that are right. So I don't know. Some people, guys, get out of here. You guys are ridiculous. Yeah, only 2 people can hit Chacin pitches. All right, sure.
Wish I would have filled the water. Fuck.
A lot of live stream heat between on Chacin. Everybody go to Chacin. He's only 1% owned, guys. So if all of you in the chat play Chacin in all your lineups, you'll be way ahead of the field. I'll tell you that much. Somebody else had a question before Sean B distracted me. Oh, Scott McMillan just asked who pitcher. That's not a. Who do you think's the highest scoring pitcher, Josh?
Probably Severino.
Okay. Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't think it's Severino, but maybe Wheeler for me. It's also just like it's Scott. The reason I got halfway through it and got distracted by a better question was because like it's just sort of a generic question that doesn't like we could say that, but there's a million. That's kind of not a pick stream. I'm not playing Chacin. I'm just saying the Nats won't blow him up or anything. Fair. Mm-hmm. Thoughts on Garver? That's just kind of an either or. But thoughts on the Twins, I guess, in general?
Love them. Way over the field on them on both sites. They're, in my opinion, they're easily the best value on FanDuel. I don't even think it's particularly close. And they're an incredible value on DraftKings. I can't avoid them at all.
So I'll tell you, I spent so much time looking at the Twins and the matchup versus Hutchinson, who I think is maybe not as bad as it seems. And I know you may scold me, which is fine. I didn't play a ton of him, but it seems like he's been improving a little bit. Obviously, he had a smaller sample size. He got kind of shelved his first couple of major outings. I don't mind Hutchinson, and I don't think it's a terrible matchup for him versus the Twins. Like not at a high volume, but as like a flyer play.
I'm gonna go ahead and pass.
Okay. I don't know. I didn't fall in love with the Twins, and I really wanted to fall. I wanted to fall in love. I just kept staring into their eyes over and over again and hoping that I would, but no, I ended up talking myself more into Hutchinson than I did the Twins.
All
I have
right,
a little bit of Twins here.
Just in case people are actually listening to this, I'm going to talk you guys out of this. 5.6 xFIP on the season, 29 strikeouts to 25 walks. In 3 out of his last 4 starts, he has struck out 2 guys and walked 4. He had 6 Ks and walked 1, which is his only good start. 2 strikeouts and walked 4. 0 strikeouts and walked 3. Go ahead and pass.
But as a pivot to Senzatella, who I don't think is that fantastic, I think that's sort of the logic I'm viewing it through. You're getting to fade the Twins, who have some pretty high ownership, at least on a couple guys, and then you're also getting to get off Senzatella, who I think is not that great, but people are going to play like he is great.
I'm going to go ahead and pass.
Look, it's a GTO kind of play. It's a game theory optimal thing. I don't know if you've heard of that, Josh. It's a little term that we like to use here on the live stream.
Playing Drew Hutchison is like going all in against aces with 2-7 offsuit.
You would have been anti-Giolito yesterday, though. And the Giolito truthers and I know that we've been mining pretty effectively lately for shitbag pitchers.
No, I can get behind Giolito as a GPP play because he can actually strike somebody out. This asshole can't.
You're right. You might a bit of an Austin Bibben-Sturks thing to him play where that's like the logic. I think that Jake logic that day when he was playing Austin Bibben-Sturks stuck with me, where I was just like, you know what? Sometimes you can play a shitty pitcher as long as he's like going to be less shitty than the other pitcher. And I think, I'm not sold on Senzatella.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not sold on Senzatella, just go to Brett Kennedy or something.
Brett Kennedy, okay.
Shit, go to Mr. Homer Kennedy. Bailey if you want.
I don't like how we've somehow found an option that's worse than Homer Bailey. That hurts a little.
I don't know how we got to that option either. 17.8% home run per fly ball rate. I can't even. I'm going to click on this batted ball data, and I'm terrified to see how hard he gets hit.
Seems like he's due to regress to the mean a little, I would say.
It's not as crazy as I was expecting it to be.
See?
Dude gives up dongs at a ridiculous rate. Yeah, now that I think about this, I'm for sure taking a guy from the Twins because this dude is homer happy. Holy balls.
He's not to lefties, though. Then there are going to be a lot of lefties coming against them. Under league average with home runs versus lefties.
Lock them in.
Well, all right. Hey, it's your money. It's your fictional money in the home run derby that we have.
Oh, fuck! I just want to win that so damn bad.
You're not.
Any more lineups pop out recently?
What was that?
Any lineups? Nope. Ugh, sons of bitches.
Nope. Those West Coast games or those late games, always an issue. Ohtani, people talking about Ohtani. What do you mean Ohtani has not scored points? Ohtani has scored points. They just, on DraftKings, they switch back and forth between him being a pitcher and a hitter, and they screw up his stats often. He has scored points.
Either way, no Ohtani for me.
No, none for me today either. I like Ohtani often, but I even thought he was kind of an interesting contrarian play at under 1% ownership yesterday versus Verlander, but not today for me with Ohtani. I'm all in on the Framber machine.
Now we're talking. Now you're actually talking about someone that's good.
I mean, I have the most Framber by a lot, to be clear. A lot of Framber. But a little bit of Hutchinson, just a little taste. Sometimes you want a little taste of Drew. Just want to get a little fix.
I'd rather get a taste of Drew Lachey.
I just feel like I've been really doing well with these low-owned guys and trying to find a guy who seems like they're due for something. I've had 2 nights in a row where I've ridden those guys to some degree of success. So I'm just digging now. And Drew is one guy who came up. Definitely. Framber's my bottom bitch.
Team Valdez, baby.
Josh, are you worried about Rosario being out of the Twins lineup?
I probably wouldn't even notice. So no, I'm not. I mean, I hope he's in the lineup. I think it does. But it's not changing my game up today. It
makes him a little weaker versus the Drew Hutchison buzzsaw.
I don't even have him in my lineup already. Wait, hold on. Are you worried about... Oh, okay. I see what you're saying now. I was reading that differently. No, I'm not worried at all. I'm significantly over the field on the Twins.
Who's the highest owned pitcher tonight? Tony Bennett. That is a question you can answer. If you're a premium member of Awesome, you have to see all the ownership projections right before your fingertips. And it's really a powerful tool to unlock your DFS potential. So go sign up. But it's Corey Kluber. But that's for free.
If you're actually Tony Bennett, you can sing for it.
Or impregnate a lady.
Well, we can all do that.
Well, he does it, though, at a very high age. You know what I learned recently from a friend who's pregnant with her second child and is married to like a slightly older guy? Apparently, the odds of autism for your baby go up if you're a man having a child over 45.
That makes sense.
Does it?
I mean, it doesn't not make sense.
It does.
Look, think about it.
You're right.
Think about it like this: it's an old factory, and shit's broken in there, and it's not like somebody goes in there and does maintenance and freshens it all up and stuff. It's like, you know, your balls turn into the VHS tape of balls, right? That's the best I could do.
Something like that.
That seemed like a good analogy.
Yeah, no, your balls turn bald, I guess. I don't think that's how that goes. I think they just would turn white.
I don't know.
I believe.
I think it's crazy that we are all like the Usain Bolt of our dad's balls.
That's true. That speed did not carry over for me to real life that much.
I won a race against like however many other 1,000 people. I banked my first tournament the first time I entered.
Imagine how slow those other guys were, though.
Yeah, they were all playing Drew Hutchison and shit. I was just swinging right by him.
Oh my god!
Walked right into that
one. Why go Royals? They have no power. I guess I don't know. Why would you go Royals today?
So I'm a little bit under the field, but you know, I've got a ton of Cam Gallagher on DK at 2,100 because when people are 2,100 on DraftKings, they are immediately relevant. I don't know. Look, they're really cheap. You want, like, there are opportunities for you to have Severino, Kluber, and two what I would consider to be relevant stacks. The Royals can be one of them. They're cheap.
I didn't get to the Royals tonight, but I see, you know, Cam Gallagher. I mean, Cam Gallagher would be very highly owned for a guy. I mean, he is cheap enough where it might not matter, but it's a lot of ownership for a ninth hitter.
That's what happens when you're 2,100, man.
Yeah, no Royals for me tonight. I get going against Cashner. I think Cashner is it's not a good pitcher, but not a guy who I'm dying to go against with the Royals. For me personally, but I get the logic. I feel my guy wanted more of a tortoise in the hare kind of way, put up a sign and let the fast guys all go the wrong way. Yeah, you're right. Josh is probably the Wile E. Coyote of his sperm. Drew a cave on his dad's testicle, and then they just all ran in and knocked themselves unconscious.
Yeah, I hope I did it like that.
Jake, smart money. All right, home run picks coming up in a minute. I guess we'll take this last minute to really think about it and make sure they're extra good. Yeah. I bet you couldn't guess mine. I'm going somewhere that I think relatively uncharted in terms of my home run picks. But I should go first because I am.
What, you're taking Stanton?
What? No, I'm not taking Stanton. I'm taking Tyler White of the Houston Astros. He's been on a nice little streak. I think he's got a good spot versus Barria. So Tyler White. A lot of my action in that Houston game tonight.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. He shows up at the top of the list-ish. So, I mean, that surprised me. 39th. Okay. That's really good on a 15-game slate.
He's going to earn his way back up.
I didn't have to scroll down. I consider that to be like a top-tier play.
Okay, I'll accept that.
Where you at, Jake? Howard.
Yeah, Jake, the baseball savant, needs to get back on the board after picking Nolan Arenado, and he did nothing last night. Tyler White, the GOAT. I agree, Brandon Parker. Been playing a lot of Tyler White lately, and he's been coming through. So I'm officially team Tyler White. All right, I marked Tyler White as green already on the spreadsheet. That's probably a bit presumptuous. I won't do that.
Yeah, leave it white. Pun intended.
If it's not white, it ain't right. Is that what you're saying, Josh?
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm
you're
saying.
known for.
If Tyler White's name is not highlighted white, it's not correct.
All white lives matter, Josh. It's your approach. Well, make your pick if Jake's not going to make. Oh, there we go. Jose Martinez. Jake is in. The baseball savant goes with Jose Martinez.
Jose Martinez is me dong for Jake. And I quote. All right, so if Jake is going Jose Martinez, I'm rolling through on the troll train. Give me.
Not Carpenter.
I want to go Matt Adams, but then I kind of want to go Tyler O'Neill because I don't know if you'll like that or not like that. But let's go Matt Adams.
Okay, I do like you going Matt Adams because Matt Adams has been terrible, but it is his birthday. People are saying in the chat.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I wouldn't like you taking sexy muscles though. You're right. I don't want that.
Yeah, that's what I thought about it.
All nines. No, but if he does hit a home run, I do have some Tyler O'Neill tonight, so I'd be okay with that. Hold on. Nick Cashadorian is trolling me, or if maybe he wants to actually hear more. He says, "Let's hear Chris talk about Hutchinson's upside some more." Aside from Hutchinson, to me, he's been very terrible lately, but his swinging strike rate is not as terrible as he has been. So maybe he just gets a few strikeouts. The Twins lineup there really isn't anything to be afraid of. It's a not great team total. They are in Texas. I acknowledge all that. And then you get yourself a nice little super contrarian guy, 0.1% ownership, and you're laughing your way to the money bank. You and Drew Hutchinson are. That's my case.
Just realized I took my hat off a bunch already, and I got yelled at in Slack chat for taking my hat off too much during streams.
Like in an exasperated way.
No, I just I always take it off and fuck with my hair. My hair's longer right now than it's been in 15 years. So I'm just kind of constantly in a state of fucking with it.
I do take off my hat sometimes too. I get that that's a comfort thing. You know, sometimes when you're on a stream, you just gotta make yourself a little more comfortable. You need an adjustment. I look.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not wearing pants. You know,
it's our right to our bodies if we want to play with our bat or our hat or our
MeUndies would ever start.
Don't play with your bat.
If MeUndies ever starts sponsoring us, I'll show you guys that I'm not wearing pants. But until then, I'm not doing it until they give me a solid $1.
They do owe us. Let's see. People doing their either or as we're yet in terms of our emotions yet. Dennis Garrison, weather concerns and concerns for you. I guess we'll circle back to that.
I have no concern about weather tonight.
Yeah, me neither, but a ton. I have a little bit of Pavetta, and I don't think it's a crazy move to stack against Pavetta as we discussed earlier, but I really want.
There's the quality audio.
Oh, is it fucking up?
It just sounds like it's in a tube. Really ping pongy.
I still think it's a peer.in. I think a peer.in is like Fantasy Cruncher, where if you're because it's browser side, it just gets some of the the down trickle of you just no, it's not.
I've been using it all day for 4 different people.
We had a stream, yeah, but we're further away. Did you ever think about that?
Andrew's in California. God damn, I want
probably
more water.
Closer.
I might have to get more water shortly. Over under 3.5 inches for Josh. Come on, man.
That's a pretty mean troll.
I'm a grower, not a shower, anyway. What do we got, people? Bring some questions. This whole waiting for 4 more lineups thing is for the birds, man.
Yeah, people just doing either or. Thoughts on Ryu? Give your time.
Love him. One of my favorite plays of the day. We're projecting 4% ownership on DK. I've got 17. I might even try to get more. I love this spot. He's really good against righties, which is interesting. As a left-handed pitcher, you don't see that terribly often. Yeah. So that makes me even more excited to have him tonight.
Yeah, no Ryu for me, but it is a nice team total. Ryu's been pretty good lately. I think his movement's good. I don't respect Arizona a ton, but think it all makes sense. He just, for me, price wise, I think he was in a spot where I like to go to some other guys, and and obviously Drew Hutchinson or Hutchison.
Yeah, I mean, if you can spend 5,100 on him, you kind of need to do it.
Yeah, there's only so many opportunities you get for that. But actually, Valdez, though, since people are asking Valdez questions right now, they're saying Valdez or Leak on DK. Actually, so let's talk Mike Leake a little.
Okay.
Interesting play, maybe?
I have none. We're projecting one. I'm good.
I think Mike Leake is actually a little interesting. Valdez definitely still a much better play to me, but I think there are some positive signs with his movement, and I don't mind that's the price either. I think if you're trying to get away from the Drew Hutchinson price tier, and it's not like he's crazily priced and he is low owned, I think that there's some upside for him for Mike Leake.
If the A's were getting any ownership, I might agree, but nobody's on the A's, so there's no real reason to be on Mike Leake.
To me, it's more like if you want to pay, like if you're trying to pay up for a bunch of bats and you want to get like Valdez and somebody else, I think their Leak is 7,000. So I mean, I think to me that's where you go. Then if you're trying to get to a different line of construction, get some more expensive bats, and then you can go with those guys.
He's sandwiched around so many guys I like more. Like, I don't like Straley, but I'd rather have Straley. I'd obviously rather have Valdez. Jordan Zimmerman I can pass on. But like, even if you wanted to go to Quintana, like I can make a better case for Quintana than Leak.
To me, so Leak, part of the reason too is swinging strike rate. His last couple outings or his last handful of outings, 14.3%. Chase rate really high at 49%. His xFIP is down underneath what he's been recently with 2.54. So I think those are the reasons why I think he's like a viable play. And Oakland does strike out a lot, so I think all those things combined, I think Mike Leake is a pretty decent 1% play. But I think any of these guys for the most part are playable though, as obviously with the Drew Hutchinson talk.
Yeah. You're just running out all 30 guys?
Not all 30, but I try to find the guys who have a little bit of an ownership thing to leverage, like Trevor Williams was the other day, and I think that Leak fits that criteria today, whether he comes through or not. I think he does fit the kind of ownership for with some positive signs.
We're getting to that point where I need to recrunch. Giants lineup apparently out.
And Mets.
Really?
Allegedly.
There's the Giants. Aramis Garcia at catcher for the Giants today. He's a person.
He is not available on DraftKings. So everybody update your Giants stacks.
Oh, God. Wheeler should be... I don't know why I'm not getting to Wheeler, but I'm starting to wish that I was.
I assume because you're going to Kluber a lot?
Aramis Garcia is on DraftKings, by the way.
Oh, really? On one of the lineup sites, he does not have a price.
Yeah, he's on DK. He's $3,000 on DraftKings.
Interesting. Must just not be in their database or something in this lineup site. I won't name because they're doing something.
Actually, let me be more specific. I might be wrong. I don't know which table that I'm in is DraftKings and which one's FanDuel, but I'm pretty sure that the one that I'm talking about was DraftKings.
No, you're right. He's on here. They just don't have his price on this site for some reason.
Gotcha. I could have had them flip-flopped. I flip-flop FanDuel and DraftKings stuff in tables, and it really irritates me, but I never go back to fix it.
I feel like usually whenever this particular site doesn't have a price in a lineup, it's usually because they're just not available. But in this case, no. You can get all the Aramis Garcia you want, the 8th hitter at the end of the slate, the real late night hammer, Aramis Garcia.
Yeah, against Zach Wheeler, no less. I can confidently let you know that he'll be 0% owned.
Even at 3K, he might take that leap like what's his face, Cam Gallagher.
Did he take a leap?
He's at almost 30% owned.
Oh, he's 21%, or he's 2,100. That's dramatically different. I didn't even know people got put at 20. Oh, here we go. I'm about to lose my doc here.
I can't lose your doc.
It's gonna I don't know when the last time I saved it was. Here we go.
You're known for your docking skill usually.
It's always on Fridays, man. Always on Fridays.
Well, yeah, sorry. Wait, technically, this is our last Friday show for at least a week, so this might be the last. So maybe your bad Friday luck will go.
Yeah, this is our last Friday show ever.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say ever, because we don't. We do have other sports coming up.
This is you and I. I will not be on the live streams on Friday moving forward.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. So there's a bigger deal out of that then.
Jake and I are inverting. Jake and I are inverting our schedules. Jake is going to 3 days a week, and I am going to do.
Should do?
Yeah, do. So I will be the new Tuesday, Thursday guy.
This will be our last weird Friday.
I don't know what you just said. Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks is the last one we're gonna say is here. Give me a break. I love it. I love it. When did the Diamondbacks lineup come out? Does anybody know that?
Came out at the same time as the Dodgers lineup.
Great. Mets, Giants. Okay, so maybe I'm not so far behind here.
Yeah, there you go, Tom. Until NBA, Josh, boss man stepping in and correcting you. You'll be back on a Friday at some point. You won't escape our grasp forever.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but for the immediate future, this is our last Weird Friday show with Josh. So get all your sperm race questions in for Josh now.
Of course.
So those won't fit with the other streams. What were all top 3 stacks?
What was that? What were the words in that question?
What were yours all top 3 stacks? I should have just adjusted it to be correct English, but I didn't. That's my
Twins,
bad. Sorry,
Nats, Rangers.
For me, it is Houston, Rangers, and I did get a fair amount of Miami, and I don't know if they count as a full stack.
Miami.
Real Moods I work with. I like Miami a fair amount tonight, stack wise, but I don't think they're actually my third. I don't know my percentages in front of me because I'm not a crunchy guy like old Josh.
That's me, old crunchy.
Dodgers versus old crunchy Josh. Dodgers versus Greinke. How are you feeling about them?
Not great. I mean, is anybody feeling good about that? Look, I like matching the Dodgers as much as the next guy. I don't think I have any. Yeah, I don't have any.
I don't either. I mean, at Dodger Stadium, they've been pretty bad lately too. I feel like I've had them a lot, and I know that your guys' general approach is just to keep stacking them and keep going. But I've kind of come off the Dodgers. I've been mostly one-manning Manny Machado lately, which has been okay because all he does is hit home runs. Doesn't really get on base, just hits home runs lately.
Not a bad strategy. He's pretty good.
He is the Tyler O'Neill of shortstops, is what Manny Machado is.
Oh, brother.
You like the cards best, and y'all not saying it. So one thing, Scott, to be clear, Josh shows you his screen while we do the live stream, and also we don't really hide picks. It's not the brand that we have. So no, I like St. Louis too, but they're not one of my top 3 stacks.
So I am way over the. So let me be specific here. I am way over the field on the Cardinals, but they're not one of my top 3 stacks. They're 4th.
Oh. Yeah, I agree. Well, don't hide it from Scott McMillan. He's on to you. He's on your tricks, your huckster tricks.
And the nacho? Are you the nacho man in that scenario?
Well, no, the huckster actually does mean like a flim flam man, like a.
You can't define a word with another ridiculous word like flim flam.
Like a guy who's like right now? A guy who's a bullshitter is a huckster.
Okay. I don't want to, because I ain't no flim flam man. Let's be clear
here. You're kind of a classic flim flam man.
I flim a bit, but I am not down with flamming.
will there be a Labor Day stream? So I actually don't know the answer to this either because we had a schedule and now that schedule is different. So I don't know. Probably.
I can tell you this much. I'm supposed to be off, but I'll be around.
Yeah, I'm also supposed to be off, but I don't know if I'll be around. But we'll figure it out. There'll be some content going up though for sure. At least a morning strategy video, at least some written content, and there'll probably be a live before lock show.
Oh yeah, Jake doesn't have a choice.
That's right. Jake is supposed to do it alone.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even know if that's true, but yeah. I'm going to celebrate Labor Day by providing some labor.
I don't know. I'm going to celebrate Labor Day yet, but probably be some flim flam involved.
I'm sure there will. You're all into the flam part, I heard.
I honestly have been saying the phrase flim flam, man, a fair amount lately in different, like not as like to everybody and not every day, but in different contexts. And I think I like it. I feel like it's like my jive turkey.
Yeah, you should. I don't know. You could probably retire it.
The people are going. They want jib jab with flim flam. I agree. Spags is the huckster, which means smooth talking salesman. Oh, he's Grace. Did you guys beef with Grace recently? I like Grace.
Yeah, Grace just comes and yells at Jake and I every morning.
Oh, Grace has always been nice to me.
Are you Grace? Is Grace
No, my
Spags' burner account? Because let me be honest with you, that would make so much sense.
No, I wouldn't call myself a huckster. That's insulting. So no, that's not mine.
I'm almost positive that Grace is now officially the Spags burner account.
That's silly. As if I need popularity in a live stream chat. Come on. Out of all the things.
If you were married, this would totally be the why can't I remember the dude's name? Who's the Sixers GM? Colangelo. You'd be like, that's my wife. That's the burner account.
Oh. Yeah, look, Grace Tanucci, whatever her name is, seems like a lovely lady. Nice Italian name, sure.
Well, she's not a fan of Jake and I. Just yells at us every day. It's really mean.
We have a lot of things in common then. Grace and I, we can bond over a nice white Zinfandel.
Rocky's lineup's out.
No, please don't compare me to Kevin Durant. I'm the person who is the most beaten down by people's responses where I could never ask Shortstop anything. I just don't care if people say whatever. That's life. Kevin Durant cares way too much. And it's a man who, but I get it. I think he's totally entitled to do that. I would go back under my own name always, like I do on the show. Wouldn't go under somebody else's.
Yes, you would. You've clearly proven that you're Grace.
No, I just like look. There are very few people I remember. I remember women's names more because we obviously have to cater towards the female audience. Be very mindful of them
because there's 0.5% of the names that are going to show up in here are female.
I notice them though, but I feel like I notice them more because otherwise it's just a bunch of dudes pulling their dicks out and talking DFS, and that's not what we're about. We're all inclusive 538 of DFS. All genders welcome.
Oh yeah,
keep your doctor yourselves. Tune into the U.S. Open. Y'all missing a classic. No, I will not.
It's Josh Mimi. Touche, metal burning.
Yes, that I could see. Josh was actually selling his own sexual favors as under a pseudonym.
While I was live streaming, I was also posing as a lady of the night in the chat. What an elaborate ruse.
You are into BDSM? Who knows what else you're into? Some sort of chat cuckolding thing?
Yeah. That was quite the misspeaking on my part there.
Some of the finer memories of our Fridays. I don't know if that was a Friday, but it definitely feels like Friday in theme.
God, what a crazy day that was.
Scott's grating on me. Scott, you're not one of my troll accounts. You're annoying.
Is there cricket DFS? I can't understand cricket. When I went to Jamaica, it was on TV constantly, and they were watching it, and all of a sudden they were like, "Oh no, the game's over till tomorrow." I was like, "What?" And they're like, "Yeah, they can play for like days." At that point, I was like, I can't get invested in this.
And they sell out 90,000 seat arenas in India.
It's so insane. Like that's why I love soccer so much. 2 hours in and out, and I know that I can go about my day. I don't want to have to worry about the cricket match going 4 fucking days.
Jesus, I don't want to read. I was going to read Brandon Parker's and I don't think they might get in trouble, but I would do some unforgivable things to Nadal's wife is a strong statement to make.
I would just try to convince her to throw out all of his capris.
That is an unforgivable thing to do too.
Oh man, I don't like it when Rafa Nadal wears the same pants that my mom wears.
It's got to show off those gams.
Yeah,
those
the gam cam.
Cricket apparently has a high suicide rate. Not a joke, just true. Tell Logan Paul about that.
Interesting.
Let's see. Oh yeah, Grace got another insult in on you. Josh Englishman, burn. Take classic Josh Englishman.
The Liverpool wannabe. I don't really want to be anybody else. This will come off terrible, but like, kind of love my life right now. I don't really want to trade with anyone in particular.
Get the fuck out of here. That's
like, millionaires and stuff for sure, but in terms of like day-to-day stuff, I'm about at my max capacity for happiness.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, like I would clearly like to be worth like 500 million and just sit on Richard Branson's island for the rest of my life. Like I could handle that. I'm not going to be bummed.
No, okay, that's fair. Yeah, like if you're happy with your life, I think that's great. But I think it's silly for anybody. Like no matter how great your life is, unless you're like just killing it, you could always be DiCaprio. You could always be Tom Brady. I mean, granted, those are Tom Brady. You
see, like I don't think I would want to be those guys.
You wouldn't want to be DiCaprio?
I don't think so. That's got to be a real pain in the ass on like a Tuesday if you just want to go get like a loaf of bread.
But he has people to do that.
I guess. I don't know. No, like I don't. That's not interesting to me. It's got to be really annoying to never be able to like do something normal without people being all over you. I would greatly prefer the anonymity.
I thought that was like Jason Bateman said that on Bill Simmons' podcast. I thought it was interesting where he's like, he's the perfect amount of famous because people don't bother him all the time. And I'm surprised that he's like a little annoyingly famous. His face is pretty recognizable.
Yeah, but I mean, like if he just dresses like a normal person, he probably just looks like an accountant on a lunch break.
Sure. Yeah, that's fair.
Whereas like Leonardo DiCaprio looks like everyone that every woman wants to be with, you know? It's not like everybody's clamoring to like bang out Jason Bateman.
Sure. I don't know. I feel like he's in the set though of like demographics where everybody who like would want to take a selfie has seen Arrested Development. Like everybody in the world who wants to take a selfie for any reason has seen Arrested Development, and that's the guy you go up to. You're like, oh my god, it's Michael Booth, and then that's it.
Don't get me wrong. I'd like a test run as DiCaprio, but I don't need it as like a permanent thing. But I'd like to rent. Okay. I'd rent that life for a week.
Just a little Freaky Friday thing.
Sure. Yeah, I don't think it'd be great permanently, but there would be like a 72-hour weekend stretch where you can get some fun in.
Okay, we could agree there.
Yeah.
See this baseball questions. Oh, Grace Trinsucci insulting you again.
Wait, is there DFS?
We're not. Well, according to Grace, we're not going to get Rich listening to your sophomoric lineup crunches.
I'm too busy trying to invite the entire Victoria's Secret fashion show group back to my tour bus.
Oh, Kevin Hughes, is this Awesemo Baseball Talk or Hollywood Nightly News? This were the Hollywood Nightly News. It would not have enough gossip, I think. Probably too much sports talk.
Yeah, I think they'd be really mad about the either-ors that are about to happen.
Yeah, get your stupid either-ors in now for your baseball talk, you jerks. just Kevin Hughes, I guess. He's the only jerk. Let's see. If you wanted to be LeBron James for a day, I would absolutely be LeBron James, yes. That's true.
What day? Today? No, I don't want to be LeBron James. Game 7 of the NBA Finals? Sign me up.
Today's the best day to be LeBron James because you just get to be rich and bob your head to yourself listening to Eminem like he did today on his Instagram story.
I bobbed my head listening to Eminem today because he dropped some fire.
I actually, I thought it was okay, but I don't like Eminem as much because I feel like he hasn't changed since I was, 18 or 19, and I kind of want him to adapt. Like that song where he makes fun of Migos and Drake and all that, I just thought it was kind of cringy, where he does like the sing-songy rap thing, and I don't know. A little couple times I was like, oh, you're a 45-year-old white guy. Don't do this anymore.
I'm on Team M.
Sorry, I might be on an island here, but it made me feel like, you just do something different, do something more.
I can't wait to hear next album when he drops the diss track on Spags, just like he dropped it all over Charlemagne today.
Long overdue, I'm sure. I was a huge Eminem guy growing up, but like I've changed a lot in the last 20 years, and it would be nice if like Eminem did. I think, or 15 years.
I think you're crazy.
I don't know. I'm just tired of him doing the same. Like, artists evolve. Kanye, might be a crazy person, but he evolves and changes. Brandon Parker agrees. Thank you, Brandon. Brandon, you're on my good list today. If you could be one of my burner accounts, I'd be on board.
He's got the #1 album on iTunes right now, so.
It's been out one day. That's what fucking happens. It's the industry. It's fine. Everybody should want to listen to it. It's good.
Hey,
it's good.
Charlemagne lit up Revival, and he said this is dope. And Charlemagne got hit in the opening track in the first minute.
There we go. Did I pay $69.99 a month for DFS or TMZ? Technically, you're not paying anything for this, Hatham. So
yeah.
But on premium on Awesemo.com, there's a lot of great stuff right now.
I didn't write an article about Eminem stuff behind the paywall, but yeah, this is not a show that you pay for yet.
Get your either's ors in though. Hatham, if you want. What kind of name is that, Hatham?
Really, man?
Oh no, he could answer that question if he wants. I'm actually curious what the etymology of that name is. Suarez or Gomber? Who would you go with?
Suarez.
Probably Suarez, but I think I have more Gomber.
Gomber mania running wild.
I like Gomber, and I'm just in general, I don't really respect Suarez much. As a man, he seems great, but him versus righty is always a thing.
I'm anxious to see where I'm at now. Ownership went up 14 minutes ago.
Pavetta / Gallagher or Senzatella and Polanco for Stephen JM.
Probably Senzatella Polanco. I just don't love Gallagher. Or I just don't love Pavetta, rather. Sorry.
Stanton or Betts? Sack, for some reason, asked Stanton or Kluber, which is not a question. But Stanton or Betts is a fine enough question.
Probably Betts.
Why can't Josh play soccer? Answer because he's always running away from the ball. Is that true?
Played soccer most of my life, actually.
Did you really do something? Like, do you have an arch nemesis? Arch nemesis. Oh my God. Arch nemesis? Boy, had dyslexia.
Yeah, you apparently. It's you. It's your burner account. How many times we got to go over this?
No, I don't know you that well. I don't know these things.
That's your burner account.
No
Josh can play soccer. In fact, I was the goalie for a while, but that was just because I was tall.
Best outfielder play on DK for GPP, who is 5K or under. Very specific for Will, but that's better than too big.
That's what I'm looking for. All right, so DK, GPP, 5K and under.
Yep.
That was outfield, right? I got it all.
You got it all.
I mean, Harper is probably my answer. In fact, Harper is my answer. I don't have to say probably. It makes it sound like I'm waffling. I'm not.
What I meant to say was arch enemy. I meant to say arch enemy or arch nemesis, and I said neither. That's what happened. That's how my brain's going. I'm done, guys. It's my first week back at work after 1 week off, and I feel like I've worked for 7 straight weeks this week. So that's where the brain functions at.
That happens.
Sean V, am I the only nut job who thinks that Kennedy is in play? You think Kennedy is in play? You mentioned him before as a pivot to the brave Drew Hutchinson take that I threw out.
Yeah, so brave. No, I have 18% Kennedy.
If you want to say it was courageous, we can say that instead of brave. That's fine too. Courageous Drew Hutchinson.
What's the word that it really is?
Genius?
No.
Lovable?
No, you're going the wrong direction. Getting colder. Colder If we're playing Marco Polo, you're not playing well.
Who's your favorite shortstop for a one-off on DK?
Yeah, at least we're getting good questions now.
Are we?
I mean, we went off the rails earlier. So, favorite shortstop, you could say Polanco, Andrews, or Trey Turner. I'd say probably Trey Turner.
Is Josh still on Jamie Moyer? Probably always. Great.
No, that's you.
He loves old pitchers. That's what Josh is known for.
Look, if any of us would roster Jamie Moyer if he was playing tomorrow, I'm confident it would not be me. But if you were like, Brewers, he's 4,000. He struck out a guy in 2007.
When you're right, you're right. The Brewers have acquired Gio Gonzalez, by the way, so that's news coming through.
Yo, no shit, really?
After his dog shit game this week.
That's interesting, man. Brewers just all in.
I was talking to a friend about that because, like, who is also a casual baseball watcher, has been in recent years. And, like, I don't remember the trade deadlines being this, like, 3 teams acquiring everybody, which is what this one seems like it was. Because it was just like the Brewers, Phillies, and Yankees getting everybody, and nobody else really picking up anyone. I mean, I guess the Dodgers too, so 4 teams.
Braves were active.
A little bit. They got Steve Pearce, and that's like who else? And I guess Eovaldi. I don't know. But bat-wise,
no, the Braves got Gausman from the Orioles.
Oh, sorry, I was thinking about the Red Sox. Sorry. Yeah, but it's still not a lot though.
I don't know. I just picked up Luke Duda.
True. Your Braves are trying.
I feel like I missed somebody else too. Dude, Grace's jokes are terrible. I'd rather they were like super derogatory or something. Now they're not even good.
To be clear, another way you could tell it's not mine. Mine would be much more insulting, and it would go for the jugular.
If you're gonna do it, go for it. Oh my god, this kid garbage. Ugh, it's embarrassing.
I agree. Michael L., I already broke your breaking news. Take that. I'm more on the ball. That's why I'm in this seat. Boom.
Oh no, Steven Duggar, season-ending surgery. What are we gonna do?
He's gonna be a tough part of stacks that I already wasn't making. To not have that. Ryan O'Hearn or Matt Adams?
I mean, there's only one answer to this, right?
Whoever Josh didn't pick for a home run.
One of those guys is my home run pick. So
I know.
Give me that Adams.
I know her. Matt Adams not a bad pick, but you know, Josh did pick him for a home run. That's a risk. Oh, that's right. The Red Sox did get Kinsler too. You're right, Captain Jenks. I don't know. I just felt like those 4 teams made the most moves by far and picked up. Like the Dodgers fucking acquired everybody.
I think there were just like a lot of micro moves this year too.
Yeah, that would make sense. It just felt like a lot more than I remember watching when I was watching like a little more closely, and a lot more for just a concentrated amount of teams.
Captain Jenks will get you high tonight.
You guys got 1 minute left, so get your lineups in, get your questions in, get panic exposure. Are you panicking over panic tonight, like Michael L. is with many question marks?
I have quite a bit of panic on DK and FanDuel.
I don't have any panic at all. Trust Zach Wheeler. Trust the Zach Wheeler process. Donaldson to the Cards anytime now? Sure. Josh Donaldson hasn't played in a while, but would be a good addition to the Cards.
Yeah.
CFB, DFS, I have no clue, Ed Monk. Sorry, that is not my specialty. But if you watch the A to B show, those guys do discuss that. Ben is a big CFB guy, so go ask questions on A to B. They're on, what time are they on every day, Josh?
2:30.
2:30 Eastern. So go check those guys out.
Speaking of big slate, tomorrow, tune in. I don't know what time, but in the morning-ish, Jake Hari and EMAC breaking down the Saturday slate. It's a biggie, too. 13-gamer.
Our oldest and wisest with our youngest and also wisest. So it'll be an interesting combination.
Honestly, that's probably true.
But yeah, no, EMAC's a very good guy. He's been in the chat. He was on the live stream last week with Josh. So or the strategy video with Josh, rather. So go check that out. And Jake obviously is the baseball savant. You don't just get that nickname by buying a website that's owned by MLB.com. You earned that through blood, sweat, and tears and savantry.
Very true. We're locked.
We are locked.
We're done.
All right. Yeah, no good questions, so we'll let everybody go. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to go to the awesemo.com homepage. Join that Slack channel. A lot of people, obviously, a lot of chatters in here every single day. Go join a very active chat group with some of the former FanVice fans and premium subscribers there. We'll be popping in. Josh was in there today going and answering some questions. Lofty was in there before as well.
I'm in there all day.
Yeah, I'm in there confused by the volume and unable to keep up. But if you tag me in things, I'll probably reply because I'm not a jerk. I'm pretty well-mannered. So go join. It's on awesemo.com. It'll give you all the details. We'll probably have an update as well on the daily game plan coming either tomorrow or Monday. We'll throw a little link in there to make sure that people know how to go access that. But go become a premium member as well. All the ownership projections and rankings that we discussed are there. For NFL season, we have a discount right now. Code NFLA20. That's NFLA20. We'll get you $20 off on an NFL all-season pass. So go join that. We're going to have a ton of premium content. I'm actually going to have a new column this week coming out, a little NFL version of the Switch and Hedge. It'll be like a once-a-week thing where I'll go in-depth, make some jokes, insult people, the things that I do best. And, yeah, any parting words, Josh? What's your weekend schedule do you want to give the folks?
Just hanging out at the house tomorrow, probably having some people over, grilling some burgers, float around the pool, relax for a day, and then back to the grind on Sunday.
There you go. So, Josh, wait, are you on Sunday?
What do you mean?
Are you doing a stream on Sunday?
I am.
Oh, okay. I thought they were switching over this weekend to those guys, but never mind.
It's me and EMAC on Sundays moving forward.
Oh, okay. I thought it was okay. Gotcha. There we go. So yeah, Josh will be on Sunday. Go tune in for that. Subscribe. Give us a like. Definitely subscribe though. Lots of stuff. Lots of new shows coming on. Lots of content just to keep you entertained throughout the day. Entertained and informed. So subscribe to the channel. Keep an eye on the notifications. Lots of good guys working in. And we will see you again very soon. So thanks for watching.
Fast Eddie Fear, 8 p.m. tonight. Tune in. Breaking down the touts in this industry. Rotten jerks.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, Fast Eddie going to go in, going to be a real candid stream talking about the DFS industry, maybe even insult some people that we work with is what his tweet said. So keep an eye out. The guy's a loose cannon, it'll be wild. It'll be a fun thing. Probably tuning into here. So,
adios, everybody.
Bye. Have a good week.